Hello, Complete Count Commission peer reviewers. This is the peer review orientation webinar. So there's 3 documents that you're going to be, that are emailed, that have been emailed to you. I just quickly want to go over them here. The first one is the agreement page. The second one is the specification of services. And the third one is the conflict of interest page. So I'm going to bring those up right now so we can look at them real quick. So the agreement page is fillable, and this agreement is made between your name up here. Then you scroll down, it will indicate the stipend for each of you, and then you will have to sign here. The deputy chief of staff will sign here. You'll have to put your NJ Start vendor ID number here, the date that you signed it, and then the deputy chief of staff will date it here. All right, and I'll go over how to get your vendor ID, your NJ Start vendor ID. For the folks that were, well, let me get to that part. The next form that you need to complete is the specifications of services form. It indicates that you read and evaluate all assigned grant applications and input the comments and initial scores no later than November 23rd. Each panel will meet independently and deliberate and agree to final scores with comments. Final scores to be input it no later than November 30th. Do me a favor, when you get this, cross out November 30th, write in December 3rd, and initial it, because that's actually the date. All right. Pending any unforeseen circumstances, if the initial scores and comments are not uploaded by November 23rd, the specific peer review will be disqualified and will not be compensated. The panel will be rescheduled as OFB identifies and confirms an alternate peer reviewer. So if you're not, if by the 23rd, your initial scores are not inputted, same thing for the 30th, then you're going to be disqualified and you're not going to get compensated. You must have access to a computer, laptop with a video camera, as face-to-face deliberation will be replaced with video conferencing. Okay, so now that you're going to be doing self-deliberations, you can either reach out to Mookie or myself so that we can schedule a Zoom video conference for you guys, or we can schedule a video conferencing opportunity for you guys. All right, so you'll need to call us and let us know. If you want to deliberate the final deliberation before December 3rd, you can do that. That's by all means, you can do that. If you want to deliberate, well, the week after the 23rd is Thanksgiving, but if you want to do it that Monday or Tuesday to get it over with, by all means, you can do it. Submit a completed evaluation form for each applicant for the close of the review team. Attest to receipt of NRED complete the conflict of interest, which I'm going to go over. And then what I want you to do down here is sign and then date it. The next document that you need to complete is a conflict of interest document. The name of the peer reviewer, while serving on the Department of State, New Jersey Complete Count Commission, you read all that. It's really making sure that there's no conflict of interest between you and any organization that you're reviewing if you're an officer of the organization. Not that if you worked for them in the past, that doesn't count. If you were a consultant for them in the past, that doesn't count. It's if you are currently involved with the organization. If you are an officer, right? Write the name of the organization, your title, whether you're currently the officer, and the expiration of when that's going to be given up. Then I need you to sign and date it here. Now, if you are employed by an agency that is applying for the Complete Count Commission grant program, then you need to, this should have been fillable, but it's not. You need to, your executive director or chief executive officer or board president needs to write your name here, letting them know that you will be serving on the peer review panel for the Complete Count Commission, only if you are employed by an agency that is planning to or submitted an application. Now, if that organization is not one of the 18 applications that you're going to review, then there's no need for you to complete this part here, since you're not going to be reviewing that application. All right. Then we need the executive director, chief of staff to sign it and print it. If it's not applicable, in here, just write NA and write NA here. Okay. The final document is the panel distribution. So we have 4 panels. Panel 1 is comprised of Jasmine Cordero, Krishna Garlic, and Yamlet Febo. It should be Gomez. This panel 2 is comprised of Halima Mija, Anthony Bland, and Woody Philippe. Panel 3 is comprised of Penny Meredith, Leonard Grayson, Julie Hanley. And panel 4 is comprised of Ann Edmonds, Sung Jang, and Tammy Peoples. Now, each application starts out with DOS 2020 C3-NP, then it's followed by these 3 numbers. Right? We need to make sure that when you open up your panels, that these numbers here correspond with what you're going to be reading. Okay, we've already checked it, but just double check it for yourself. All right, let me go back to the PowerPoint presentation. All right, so if we need those 3 documents completed, signed, and scanned, and emailed to mukadas@sos.nj.gov by no later than next Friday, November 15th. So this is the peer review timeline. November 8th, you gain access to the applications for the review process. November 22nd, oh goodness, because the 23rd is a Friday. So November 22nd, initial scores with comments must be completed and uploaded into Sage. December 3rd, the panel self-deliberates, or by December 3rd, you would have self-deliberated. You need to call us if you want us to schedule a Zoom meeting for your panel. And you will make sure that final scores comments are completed and uploaded into Sage. So for anyone who has not been a peer reviewer for us, you need, in order for you to get your stipend, you need to register with NJ Start. And you need to call them at 609-341-3500, and they will walk you through and do the registration for you. For everybody else that's on NJ Start that reviewed for us last year, you need to make sure that you get your, and also for new ones, you got to make sure that you get your NJ Start vendor number, because you need to insert the vendor number. One of these pages right here in the agreement page, you need to insert the vendor number here. Okay, so you got to get the vendor number after you register. Get the vendor number. For those that are already registered, if you forgot your vendor number, call the help desk. They'll give you the vendor number. If for those that reviewed for us last year, if your banking information has changed from last year, you need to update it, because if you're getting direct deposit, that's where the check is going to go, to the old bank account number. Or if you moved and you had a hard copy, a hard paper, a paper check mailed to you, and that's not the correct address, you need to update your address. Don't forget to request direct deposit, right? So for the new folks that are getting on to NJ Start for the first time and reviewing for us for the first time, it's suggested that you get direct deposit so that you know that the money goes directly into your account. For those individuals that didn't know they can get direct deposit and reviewed for us last year, you can call the vendor help desk and make sure that you are getting direct deposit. You need your banking information to give to them so that they can set up the direct deposit. All right. So we went over the panel makeup. We don't have to go through that. All right. If you have any questions, contact Mukadas Muki Ijaz, the contract administrator, that's her email, or you can call her at 609-633-0705. That's 609-633-0705. The final webinar that you need to watch will be navigating SAGE to access peer review applications, and I'll do an overview of the grant guidelines. All right, so that ends this webinar. Thanks for hopping on. Bye-bye.